Prime Minister Sanai, my friend, it is a real honour to welcome you here to Downing Street for your first visit, and that's a very special privilege for me. And for the benefit of everybody around the table, we've just had a very productive series of meetings, and I'm delighted that we're building stronger cooperation, a new era of cooperation between our two countries, and an absolute commitment to deepening our partnership on a number of different levels. So that's been really productive. And we've been discussing how we work together to boost our economies, strengthen our security and bolster our resilience in what we all know is a more dangerous and volatile world. So a very, very productive morning and lunch, and now we're able to pass on to some of the deals that we've seen today, worth billions of pounds, are supporting tens of thousands of jobs. And so it's really significant to come to this round table now with business leaders. And can I extend my warm welcome to each and every one of you. I'm delighted you're here in the dining room here at Downing Street, in the heart of government. To have you here as senior business leaders is a real privilege, and I think a mark of the strength of the relationship between our two countries. And we've got leaders from industries across the spectrum: technology, defence, energy, finance, you name it. We've got people here around this table. And can I say a special thank you to those of you, I think many of you, that have flown here from Japan for today, because that is a huge commitment. I know you have busy schedules, but for me it reinforces the significance and the importance of the work that we do together in all of those and many other sectors. So thank you for taking your time to come here to talk to us around this table and to be part of what we're announcing today. And Prime Minister, since we spoke in Tokyo only 6 months ago, so much has happened. The conflict in the Middle East, the Iran crisis, and of course closing the Strait of Hormuz. And we've just been discussing that in some detail. And of course the ongoing war in Ukraine, now in its 5th year. And I think against that background, it shows just how important our enhanced cooperation is. Always important to have that cooperation, but in a world such as the world we're facing, hugely important. And then you look at the agreements that we've signed today. Peter, as you said, we've had lots of announcements. This is the sign that it's a good thing to make announcements, to be able to say this is the investment, the jobs, but it is also a signal of the strength of the relationship, because it's only when two countries are working closely together where there's a shared determination to deepen our strategic work that we're able to deliver on deals like this. And again, right across the world: AI, cyber, quantum, space, nuclear and defence technology. The sheer range of areas is immense. So let us start with our joint declaration on economic security, setting out our shared vision for advancing cooperation in this area. So really good on economic security, which again hugely important at the moment. The UK-Japan Frontier Technology Partnership, which is combining UK excellence in R&D and software with Japanese advanced manufacturing expertise. And we were discussing this morning how in many areas with these agreements and others, we complement each other. We each bring something different to the table. And I think that's why this relationship is deepening at the speed that it is. Thirdly, the new offshore wind compact. Now this will unlock up to £9 billion of Japanese investment into the UK's world-leading offshore wind industry. So a big, big step forward. And finally, of course, the new Defence Capability and Industrial Council. Hugely important, discussed at some length between the two of us this morning. And with it, our confirmed shared commitment to the Global Combat Air Programme, which I know is something which we value highly. It's at the heart of the relationship between our two countries. And in a world that's changing as fast as this, working closely with our international partners is the way we'll improve our people's lives and tackle the cost of living. Because whatever's happening in the world, whatever's happening in politics across the United Kingdom, if you ask people what's the most important thing, they will say the cost of living. and we need to absolutely be crystal clear about that, but working with international partners on the causes of the instability, of the root causes of the difficulties that people have with the cost of living is the way forward. Our times call for greater collaboration to overcome shared challenges and grasp shared opportunities. And it is something that we on the UK are completely committed to. Peter is committed to in his role as Secretary of State, and I am committed to as Prime Minister. And I'm delighted, within 6 short months of being in Tokyo, we discussed then in January having an inward visit, Prime Minister, for you to be here in London, and I'm so pleased that within 6 months we managed to pull this together, that we made so much progress in that 6 months, notwithstanding the prevailing winds, and today we're able to make a number of hugely important announcements for both of our countries. So thank you so much. As we head off now to the G7 tomorrow to discuss these issues further with our allies in the G7, it is really important that we've been able to make so much progress today. So with all of that, thank you to each and every one of you. And Sane, over to you, please, just for a few words. And thank you again so much for being here today. And for bringing the sunshine. Because this meeting was scheduled for got moved back a few days. But what that brought was the sunshine came with it, which has made such a huge difference. I think it's again, further evidence of the warmth of the relationship.
Thank you. Oh, please,
Yes.
so, earphone. Let me speak in Japanese. 日中両国のビジネスリーダーの皆様、本日はご一緒いただきありがとうございます。先ほどの日英首脳会談では来週の、違うわ、明日から始まる G7 サミット、も念頭に現下の国際情勢について、かなり戦略的な、議論を行いました。中でもホルムズ海峡についてはもう自由で安全な航行の確保を含むイラン情勢の早期の事態沈静化というのは日英両国、そして国際社会の喫緊の課題です。これからも緊密に意思疎通をして、ともに必要な外交努力を粘り強く行っていくということです。安全保障協力は強固な日英関係の基盤です。特に両国の安全保障協力の要であるグローバル戦闘航空プログラム ＧCAP ですけれども、今日はキアからとてもいい話がありました。これはさらに加速していける環境が整ったということで、歓迎をしています。さらにサイバー分野、防衛産業分野などでも協力をさらに推進するということで一致をしました。それから日米両国は世界をリードする経済、技術大国ですから、経済面での連携、これも重要です。本日は産業革命の始まりの地である、この英国においてですね、今世紀の先端技術革命を日英で牽引するということで、フロンティアティックパートナーシップを発出いたします。科学技術分野においても、キアとともに一層の協力、促進を図っていきます。このビジネスラウンドテーブルは、こうした両国政府の取り組みとも呼応する形で、両国の企業間で具体的な連携が進んでいるということを示す象徴な場であると言えます。両国の戦略的な協力の結晶として、洋上風力や原子力、フュージョンエナジーなどを含むエネルギーやイノベーション、AI、半導体、サイバーセキュリティを含めて多くの重要分野で成果が具体化しているということを喜んでいます。また、優れた力を持つ両国の企業による協力っていうのは、日英両国の雇用創出と経済成長だけではなくて、国際社会の繁栄も牽引することができます。もうそう私は確信してます。今回のラウンドテーブルのテーマである経済安全保障、ものすごくこれ大事です。経済成長と車の両輪をなすものですから、私は先般進化したフォイップを発表しました。フォイップというのは自由で開かれたインド太平洋、ちょうど今年で10年目になるんですけれども、その重要な要素として経済安全保障、とにかくそれぞれの国が自立する、で強靭になっていくと、共に 強く豊かになっていく、こういった概念を発表して、これから進めていきますが、本日、経済安全保障協力に関する日英共同宣言を発出いたします。この文書を経済安全保障分野におけるこれからの日英協力の戦略的な指針として、さらにエネルギー安全保障や重要鉱物のサプライチェーン強靭化などの分野で G7 の議論を私たちがリードしていきます。キアと一緒にリードをしていきます。今やもう日英両国っていうのは国際社会の平和と安定に共に貢献するという確固とした意思を持っていて、安全保障分野だけではなくて、先駆的な協力を進めている、非常に重要な同志国です。私はいわばもう準同盟国と呼べるレベルだと考えています。だから、キアと一緒にこの日英関係はさらなる高みに引き上げます。そして2023年に発出した、私の前の総理である岸田総理が発表された広島アコード、これを基礎にですね、さらにアップグレードしていきたいと思っています。これからも官民でタッグを組んでですね、日英関係、新たな次元に踏み出していきましょう。とにかく共に強く豊かになってまいりましょう。ありがとうございました。